session. We all know that today is our speech session. Like the every month, DIIT is also going to organize a speech competition. And before the starting this speech competition, we are going to start a competition. And this competition is on the batch level. So this is the time of the 10:30 batch, and today we are going to start a speech competition. Our topic is save water. Friends, we all know that the save water, water is going to the biggest problems for our world, because our world is going to face a lots of problems for water, because there is no more water to use. We can say that there is no pure water drink, and the many of the worlds who is going to face the problems for water. So you all have to come one by one and take your point on the water. How can we save water, and what is the problem is happening for the water? So we have the very few times, and without wasting our time, I want to call the mentor of the DIIT, our motivational speaker, our teacher, and the director of DIIT. So please welcome with a huge round of clap, Mr. Sanjeev Kumar Singh.
This is the first time when I am going to start batch-wise speech competition. I did that just because of festivals, just because of winter vacations and lots of things. The students were absent. So I have decided one thing, that why not we should just warm up ourselves, we should just regroup ourselves, and there should feeling comes us, and for that I have just started this session. And definitely there is a prize, those who will get highest mark in batch. In a batch, one person will be nominated, and that person will be awarded for prize. And as we all know that the total marks is 10, and out of 10, if your voice is up to the mark, then definitely you will get 2 marks. Next one is that the 2 marks will come from eye contact. What you have to do, that you all have to just make eye contact with each and every person. Then after, again it will give you 2 marks. Then 1 marks is secured with the help of eye contact, means your hand movement. So hand movement should be there. If you are making hand movement with each and every one, then again you will get 1 marks. And 1 marks will come from manner part. Means how are you coming, how are you going, how are you just starting your speech, how are you just finishing your speech. That is very important, and these all will give you 1 marks. Now if I talk about these 6 marks, which is related with our body, which is related with our body language, it will comes when you speak very well. And another 2 marks will get with the help of content part. In content part you will get only 2 minutes. In 2 minutes you have to speak each and everything. In 2 minutes, definitely it will take 30 seconds for greeting part, and whatever you want to say, just you have to say in between 1 minute and 30 seconds. And after that you will get 1 minute for conclusion part. Means the duration of the speech is 3 minutes, and in 3 minutes you will get 2 minutes for content part and 1 minute for conclusion. And I hope that you all will just speak very well. And it's a burning topic. When I searched on Google, that suggests me some burning topics, and in that burning topic, save water is coming in front of us. And definitely it is one of the biggest problem which has occurred in our city, in our state, in our country. In this description, means in this video session, I have just written lots of things in description part, that what are the tips, what are the tricks for to save water. So I have just mentioned lots of things in description part. And the time was when somebody was telling that एक दिन समय आएगा जब पानी खरीद कर पीना पड़ेगा, और वो समय आ ही चुका है. Most of the families are just buying water and they are just purchasing. Even in my family also, I just buy water and just use that water for our health, because all the problems comes through water. And if your water is pure, then definitely you will not have any kind of problem. So it is our duty that we should save water. It is happening that whenever we just across the road, we see that there are lots of taps are there which are just opened, and the water is wasted also. But there is no any person who can just close that tap. And this way we are just you can say that wasting our waters. And if we waste this time, then what? How will our next generation will use? They will have to suffer a lot. So saving water is also very important. So I hope that you all will just speak very well in 3 minutes, because our organizer timekeeper will not give you more than 3 minutes. So within 3 minutes, you have to speak each and everything. So before wasting time, I would like to call our organizer, Mr. Gunjan. He will start this session, and he will also suggest you that how to speak on this topic, and after that we will start. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your suggestion. And now I am going to start our session. सुना है समंदर को बहुत गुमान आया है, सुना है समंदर को बहुत गुमान आया है, कश्ती उधर ही ले चलो जिधर तूफान आया है. Friends, I have seen the many speakers, I have met many person, and I definitely used to meet the many person in our regular life. But I have never seen that types of person. I am talking about a girl of this class. She is a very motivated as well as the self-confidence and fluent speaker. So please welcome with a huge round of clap for Miss Rakhi.
So respected sir, my all dear friends, a very charming morning to all of you. Myself Rakhi Kumari and I am from 10:30 AM batch, and today is our speech competition first day. So but I am going to speak what this is carefully, and our topic is very rare, and it's a very, we can say that it's a very biggest problem in the rural which are facing, and that is save the water. So friends, what I am going to speak what this is carefully, and firstly thank you sir for giving me this golden opportunity to speak something about this fantastic topic for our speech competition. So here question arises that what is the need to save water, because we are on the earth. So before telling about this, I want to tell, as we all know that we are living on the earth, and our earth is across covered 70% of water, and it's just 2.5% of water is fresh, and our rest water is just covered on ozone base and the saline. So as we all know that water is very essential for human beings, and not for human beings, it's very essential for birds, plants and animals also. So we should think that we cannot waste our water, because if we will lose our water supply, it's made to very harder for our future generation, and to how they will take water and the fresh water and clean water. So I want to say that because of that thing, we are celebrating World Water Day on March 2022. In March 2022, we just celebrated and just spread awareness that how much important of water, and how can we just we can save the water, and everyone just do. I have a one example then why we have a need of water. We all know that Jal Har Ghar Nal, and our government provide Nal and Jal also. But what I just see that when I am coming and at my home, and I see the tap which was open and the water is flowing. It is not, because the mentality people like this is not my water. If they are flowing, it's my water. I will use. Who are telling me like anything? So I don't think so. Water is mine. Water is our. We should think and we should save it. It's the biggest thing in our mentality. And I want to say that if we will not save the water, then we will face a lots of problem, because it's come the we are living in the modern era, and when the day is come and we are just buying water, it's a very seamless, because in our everything is free. If it doesn't mean that that thing is free, then we can earn and we cannot earn. So in my conclusion, lastly, I would like to say that Jal hi Jeevan hai. We shouldn't just waste it. We save it. And I want to say that water is very important for human beings. It's our cell, for organs, and it just maintains our body temperature. If we will not maintain our body temperature, then we cannot imagine that our body function will be worse. And how can we save? We can do lots of things. Like firstly, just turn off the faucets. Second, we shouldn't wash our bike or cycles and our cars daily, because if we will wash our car, so that's all about it. Thank you to listening, myself.
So thank you, Ravi, for your speech. And now I want to call the new member of this batch. And she is also a very talented as well as a fluent speaker. So please put your hand together for Miss Rani.
Our respected sir, my all dear friend, good morning to all of you. A girl who is standing behind this podium, it's me, Ragini Kumari from 10:30 AM West. Today is our speech competition and our topic is save water. So friend, what I am going to speak about it, please listen carefully. And firstly, thank you sir who has given me this golden opportunity to speak something about it. So I am starting my speech. So save water. There is no life without water. Water is not only important for a human use but for the entire ecosystem. Water is our necessary, and we all know that without water our life is nothing. Without water we can't survive on this earth. I have some 3/4 data, and first is that which country use much more water, and that names are United States, China, India, Mexico, England, and France. These countries are use a lots of water. And second is that how much water is useful on the earth. So only about 3% earth water is a fresh water. Of that, only about 1.2% water is can be used as a drinking water, and the rest lock up as a glacier, ice cap, or buried deep in the ground. And third is that how much water is unusable on earth. So however, of all water on earth, more than 99% earth water is unusable, and by the human and the many living things. But this thing is wrong. We can't save water. So how can I survive our life? And most of the country, Israel, this country is save much more water. Lastly, I would like to say that we all know that water is precious and useful resource on earth. Unwanted and unnecessary use of water can lead to famine and the resource in the other problem. And without water, no one can survive. No sector of the society can perform their function well. And without water, we can't survive on this earth. Fresh water supply is limited. So the save to water, it is very important. Saving water is not a duty to only any single individual but of the whole nation. Keeping this factor in mind, water should be saved you. So you will save water, water will save you. No water, no life. Thank you. That's all. Thank you.
ये घड़ी की टिक टिक भी बड़ी अजीब है, न खुद टिकती है न दूसरे को टिकने देती है. So thank you, Rani, for your speech. You have spoken very well, and it is time to call the next speaker. Guys, I am going to call next speaker. Before calling him, I just want to introduce him. He is a very good speaker and he is also known as for their different point of view because his statement is always marvelous and different from the other. So please put your hand together for Mr. Aman.
Good morning to all of you. Today we all are gathered for a speech competition, and our speech topic is save water. So water is a thing which exists in the world, and we can say that it is a God-gifted thing. And if we talk about the water, what we need water because it's a necessary part of our life. We can say that without water we cannot survive, and without water life cannot be imagined. And if we talk about the water in daily life, we have seen that in daily life, if we talk about the bathing, for making food, for cook food, and if I talk about me, I did bath today with the water, and water makes a very important, valuable thing in this world, and we should not waste the water at any place. And we have seen that wherever we go and visit, we have seen that the tap has not put to the pipe, and the water is wasted. So it is very bad thing, and we should care about this. And water is not necessary for the human being; it is also necessary for the birds and animals, and also. And if we talk about the which types of problem arises due to if water is not existing. Due to means lots of place and lands are barren due to the water, and they're not at their place not harvesting, and any crops has been harvesting at this. And we should save water. We can save water with the help of harvesting. Conserve water with the help of rainwater harvesting. And this all about from me, and the conclusion lies that we should not waste the water, and we should always awareness among the people, and never be waste the water as much as we should save the water. Thank you.
Thank you, Aman, for your speech. And now it is time to call the next speaker, who is the very good speaker. So I want to call a beautiful girl with beautiful voice and beautiful speech. Please welcome with a huge round of clap, Miss Suhani.
So very charming and splendid good morning to our dear respected sir and my all dear friends. A girl who is standing behind to this podium, this is Suhani Singh from 10:30 AM batch. Today I am very glad because sir has given me a golden opportunity to speak something about on the topic save water. So friends, what I am going to speak, please listen carefully. First of all, I would like to say that why water is important. So water is a gift of God on earth. For all living beings depend on water, and I want to say that water is a basic need of human life, and water is not only used for drinking, it is also used for industrial and manufacturing purposes. It is used for cooking, bathing and cleaning and other more domestic works. And as you all know that 71% of our world surface is covered with water, and only 1.2% of water is clean. So therefore it is our responsibility to save water, and to save water for our future. And I just want to say that as we all know that in India there are many areas who are suffered from severe water crisis, and if I talk about recent, we have seen Chennai and many more cities who are suffered from water crisis, and the water was sent there with train. And as you all know that the water is really important to us, and I just want to say that we are wasting water every day without even realizing it. And the question arises that how we can stop water wastage. So we can do many things. Like small thing is that we should not left on the tap and we should use water carefully. But apart from this, we should do plantation. As we all know that trees are our friend. They give us shade, fruit, and they protect us from flood. And if where there is more tree, there is a good rain. And if the rain is good, then all the rivers get filled and there is no shortage of water. And also we can do rainwater harvesting, because rainwater harvesting, after one rain we should collect the rainwater from roofs, and we will use that water for washing clothes and gardening. And I just want to say that we have the most important thing is that we should spread awareness for saving water, because only one person cannot save water. If more person will do, then it will happen for sure. And lastly, I want to say that our scientists are engaged for investigating life on the Mars, because where they find water, accumulated water. And the most important thing is that we thank you so much for listening us.
Time management is very important.
So please manage your time, because time have no time to give you time. उन्हें गुमा है कि उड़ान कुछ कम है, उन्हें गुमा है कि उड़ान कुछ कम है, हमें यकीन है कि आसमान कुछ कम है. So guys, now I am going to call a boy. But before calling, I just want to say you that 24 hours is very few time for his speech, because he is a more knowledgeable and very good speaker. And one thing also, he is the future IS of this country. So please welcome with a huge round of clap, Mr. DIIT.
A very good morning to all of you. I am Dheeraj Kumar and I am here to speak about the most burning topic, save water. First of all, water is a precious resource and a non-substitutable resource. We use water for drinking, but it is not only for drinking but also for agriculture purpose. We use water for industrial purpose and many more purpose. We can judge what the value of water by introducing the UNESCO who just get their theme in 2020 by valuing water, the most valuable resource. So we can judge that what the value of water in today's world. According to his most of the water goes for the agriculture purpose. In India, we also the committee of Jal Shakti Abhiyan recommended that 80 to 90% of water goes for agriculture. So we all are talking about the save water by minimizing the wastage in our house, minimizing the wastage while we brushing our teeth, then the water flows from the tap. But I think this is a universal problem. If we can recover this problem, so we have to implement a worldwide program like sustainable and optimum utilization of water management. And our Prime Minister also on World Water Day, that is on 22 March, implemented Jal Shakti scheme, that is catch the rain where it falls, when it falls. And this strategy and the motto of this strategy is to manage our rainwater in the agriculture field. So we can we can save our 90% of water which goes on agriculture. And lastly, I want to conclude my speech that if we want to save water, then no government organization and international organization can help unless we are unaware. So first of all, we are aware about the limited resource which is water, and second thing is maximum utilization, that is optimum utilization of resources. We should manage our this precious resource efficiently. And one famous quote is that a drop of water is much precious than a sack of gold for a thirsty person. So I think water is a very precious resource. So thank you to listen carefully.
Thank you, Neeraj. You have spoken very well. And now I want to call a boy who is a very good speaker as well as who is fluent speaker. And he is also a collection of data. So please welcome with a huge round of clap, Mr. Javed.
Respected sir and my all dear friends, first of all, good morning to all of you. The boy who is standing behind podium, this is Mr. Javed. As you know that today is our speech competition session, and our sir has given us a golden fantastic topic, that is save water. Now I would like to special thank to our respected sir who has given us a golden opportunity to speak something about save water. So friends, what I am going to speak, please try to listen carefully. First of all, I would like to tell you all what is saving water. Saving water conservation is the practice of using water efficiently to reduce essentially and water. Second thing I would like to tell you what is why we should save water. As you know that the water is the most important things on the earth. And if on the earth without water there is no life on the earth. And if I talk about another thing, that is without water we can't live on the earth. And if approx more than 70% of the surface of earth is covered by water, and only 3% of the water is used for fresh water is used for another drinking purpose and another purpose. And if I talk about how can we save water, I would like to tell you we can save water by the drip irrigation method, by the adoption of micro irrigation method, by the rain harvesting method, and I can save also water by the habitual in our houses. Lastly, I would like to conclude my speech. When water is our basic needs also, and if without water we can't live on the earth. And if we as a responsible citizens, it is our responsibility. We can save water. And lastly, I would like to talk. If we don't save water now, then the third world war will be happen. That's all from my side.
So thank you, Javed. You have spoken very well. And now it is time to call next speaker. But before calling him, I just want to say some line for him. And it will help you to identify that person, that which person I am going to call. ना गरज किसी से ना वास्ता किसी से, ना गरज किसी से ना वास्ता किसी से, मुझे काम है अपने काम से, तेरी जिक्र से, तेरी फिक्र से, तेरी याद से, तेरी नाम से. So I am going to call the philosopher of the DIIT as well as the fluent speaker and the boy who is known as their unique statement. So please welcome with a huge round of applause, Mr. Pushkar.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for today's sessions. Today is a great day for us because we are talking on the environment and ecology of safety. Because that was the best mental words of our society that save the water. But why we can say that save the water? Because our planet has a covered by 69% to the waters. But what is happened? Due to we are talking about save the water, I think you all have told that water is degrading nowadays, but no anyone told that why degrading and what is sources for the degrading of water. So I will focus on the why and why we are not saving the water. I told you that the water we have a scope to destroy the water in the three levels of water, that are the ocean water, surface and groundwater. But we have no idea about how we are destroying. Like any additional and any substitutional item, they are harming the water. They are harming the water, and they are doing a dust they degrade to the use of us. They are pollution of water, and they are harming to our health, and even if they are harming to all in words in environment is also has been affected to the water crisis. Even that we told you how we can save this type of crisis, because two major point in the lots of scientists even at California science and tech has given a lots of region there they have a program, but two region is a main that participate in the two regions, that were the point-based and non-point-based sources. We are talking of point-based sources. Here we have an idea about this is doing destroying the water, but there we have no idea about they are destroying the water like a radioactive material. They are also destroying the water, but we have no idea about how they are destroying. But we have an idea about they are organical, even that organic and organic item they are destroying the water. But we have focused on the point to point of where are destroying the water. On that way we can save the water, because this is saying this is a dialogue for the political dialogue. We can save other thing nothing, because when we have no idea, when without idea we do well, they will destroy every work. We are spending a time and money, but we know the focus on the sources we are destroying, and then we can implement the work there will save the water. So I told you lastly, water is the life. Without water is the life. Without water we can't survive on the earth. Thank you so much.
पल पल तड़पते थे जिस पल के लिए, वो पल भी मिला उस पल के लिए. Guys, it is time to call the next speaker. She is the winner of the previous speech competition. She is the good speaker as well as the collection of data. And she have ability to speak on any topic and more than 24 hours. So please put your hand together for Miss Pragya.
A very good morning to all of you, respected sir and all my dear friends. As we all know that today we have a very different session, that is our sir has organized that a batch speech competition, and I am very glad to be a part of this. So we have a very important topic, that is save water. So firstly I want to say that I think water, we can say water as our life, because it is the one of the important and the basic need of every human being's life. And if if we say that water is the one of the biggest and the precious God-given gift for us, which is very less for us, because we all know that 70% of the surface of the earth is covered by the water, but there is only 3% water which is fresh, which is drinkable, which we can use for our daily life. So we have to make it like, if we waste it, it will waste our life in future. If we save it, it will save our life also, because we all know that the burning situation and the of water is very critical for our country. We all know that 80% of the population are present in our country, but there is only 4% of the water which is fresh in our country for the peoples. That makes our country one of the biggest stressful country for the water. So we have to improve in some sectors, and we all know that what is the importance of water, because we have seen that what is the level of the water nowadays going, because we in the ancient times every people goes near the bank of the rivers for living, by which they can live their life easily with the help of the water. So we have to know what is the importance of water, because we are doing some things which is against the nature, by which nature wants to nature will also want something from us, that is we have to consume water. What many of the things which we can do, like some type of thing which we have done in our daily life, like we in our home we wash vegetable, by which the water wasted we can use it in planting. So that type of the mini steps we can do, many type of the things by which water can consume, and water will be saved for our future. We can say that water is not visual anywhere, but their impact will be visual everywhere. So that's all my points, and we all know that what is the importance. We are knowing that save water, save life. So we have to implement it in our life for our better future. Thank you so much for listening me. Thank you.
So thank you, Pragya, for your speech. And now it is time to call the next speaker. She is also a very good speaker as well as a very hard-working speaker. So please welcome Miss Amisha with the huge round of claps.
A very charming morning to all of you. Again, who is standing behind this podium session, and today's topic is save water. And I want to start my speech by asking that one question: can we live life without water? The answer is no. We can't live without, and we can't survive life without water. Just like our body brings despite 70% of water for function, and our earth is also surfaced with 70% of water, and 1% of water is for drinking water. And if we all know that water is most important thing in our life, and it is also important thing for all living things like a plant and animals. And if no water, there is no life. If there is water, there is life. As we all know that water is most important thing in our life, and it is the valuable thing which is given by God to us, and it is also given by nature. And if we are destroying this, we can't live. And if we all see that many people are just wasting lots of water, and they are not just seeing that we are just losing lots of water, and it is the very dangerous for our next generation. And if our next generation come, then they see that there is no water, and there are some ways that we are saving water. We should have to stop the tap while we are brushing our teeth. We should have to stop the tap when we are just saving, and many of the things that we can save our water that we can do. And lastly, I would like to say that by If you will save water, water will save you. If there is no water, there is no life. And if we will save rainwater, it will be our lifesaver in future. And this is also the best thing that is given by nature to us for living a life. If I want to say one thing, that if one thirsty person is there and they need water, but there is no water, they can't alive. But there is water, they can live. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you.
So thank you, Amisha. You have spoken very well. And now I want to call the next speaker. But before the calling him, I just want to say something. That ये जो सहतीर है फलकों पे उठा लो यारो, अब कोई नया रास्ता निकालो यारो, और कैसे आसमां में सुराख हो नहीं सकती, एक पत्थर को तबीयत से उछालो यारो. I want to call a boy, but before calling him, I just want to say something about him. That when I used to speak, I used to see to speak that boy. I see that the boy who always wants to talk on the data, who always wants to discuss on the exact statement. So please welcome with a huge round of clap, Mr. Parmayu.
Respected sir and our organizer and my all seniors. Good morning to all of you. And I am very and the boy who is standing behind this podium. This is from 10:30 minutes. And today I am very happy and I am very thankful to my respected sir because he gave me this golden opportunity and a wonderful chance to speak on it. So today I would like to say that firstly I would like to say that what is water? What is the meaning of water? Why we use water? So as we all know that water is the basic thing that we use in our whole life, our entire life, for entire day. So as I would like to say that water is precious thing and it is God gifted and it is given to us and it is required by all humans, plants and animals for their survival. So nowadays it has become a necessity of safe water because there is very less amount of fresh water on our earth. So how can we conserve water? How can we save water? This is a big question for us. So as we all know that there is a drip irrigation system through which we can conserve water in a best manner, in a good manner, in a better manner. And there is also techniques through which we can conserve water on a large scale, that is rain harvesting system, drip irrigation system, and there are too many techniques through which we can conserve water on a large scale, but I can't elaborate these all techniques in little time, that is of 3 minutes. And as we all know that water is too precious, how can we conserve water? So there is no any laborious thing to conserve water. We can also conserve water by closing the taps properly whenever not in use. So lastly, I would like to say a quotation, that is, water is a treasure. Okay, water is a treasure. So save it with pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Parmayu. You have spoken very well. And now it is time to call next speaker. So please welcome with a huge round of clap, Miss Srishti.
Hello everyone, good morning to all of you. This is Srishti from 10:30 AM. So today we all are here to speak about this topic. Please try to listen with me. So water, as we all know the importance of water in our life on this earth, we all know that how much important it is for the surviving of our life, not for the only human, it is also important for the animals, plants and other microorganisms, etc. And
we cannot imagine that without water we will be able to survive our life. If we will not eat food, we can survive 1 or 2 days, but without water we cannot survive more than 1 day. And it is fact that that's why the water is very necessary for all the human beings and all the living things, and it is the basic needs of the for the people for the surviving their life. And how can we save water in so many areas, like in the industries we can use the techniques to reuse and recycle the water. In the agricultural field we use the modern heritage and modern infrastructure to reduce the uses of water. And in our personal life we also need to use minimum water for our life. And what will happen if we do not save water? Firstly, it will affect our personal hygiene, like washing and cloth washing. And the second thing is that farmer will face lots of problem in farming. It will, and also the water will be sold at much cost, like the poor people cannot afford it. And it also affects our ecosystem, because our whole ecosystem depends on the water. And and lastly, I like to conclude my speech, that is, without water we cannot survive. If we save water, water will save our life. And it is not the duty of only single individual person, it is the duty of whole nation. It is the responsibility of whole nation to save the water. And that's it from my side.
So thank you, Srishti. You have spoken very well. Now it is time to call the last speaker of this speech session. The boy who is known for their speech. The boy who is known for their shots. The shots not only the ground as well as on the stage also. So please welcome with a huge round of applause, Mr. Prince Siva.
First of all, good morning to our respected sir, respected anchors, and all my dear friends. The man who is standing in front of you all, this is Mr. Prince Siva. As we all know that today's our topic is save water. When we talking about water, there is a quotation. If we save water, we can save our life. And it is true 100%. Because we can't imagine our life in a single day. We can't live without water. From morning to evening and evening to night. Because we started our daily routine with brushing our teeth and we use water. After cooking, we use water. Watering plants, we use water. Even many more things in our life, we use water. But when we talking about depletion of water, what are the reason? We say that our earth is covered 70% of water and our body covers uses 60% of water. And in this purest world of the nation, it is said that we live in the blue planet and we love to call as a blue planet. But nowadays we are living in the 21st century and our country is industrialization. And due to this, many more trees are cutting down in a large scale. That's why we are facing the problem of depletion of water. Because how can we save water? We can save water instead of tap. Instead of shower, we use the bucket. Instead of watering plants, we use as a container. Because water is our law. If there is someone said that Einstein discovered the law of gravitation, but we know before the Einstein discovery. Because we never, without knowing the 9th class book, if we don't know water has also gravitation. If someone calls to their mother and they said that please back the camera and watch our inside pond. If we don't the law of gravitation is water, then no one said that he called to their children, please bring a glass of water, there is a guest on our house. We don't call water as a gravitation. If someone's childhood memory, if someone goes to a pond, then say that chalo ek dubki laga lete hain. That's why water has also a gravitation. Lastly, I want to say that we should save water, save life, secure water, secure life. And we are really facing the water problem because we never imagine that one day water is also selling in the sealed packed water bottle. And there is a quotation: if the arrogant smell is coming from the dung and the water bottle is used by the child of farmers, then समझ जाना इस देश में पानी की कमी होने वाली, क्योंकि अर्थात कहने का तात्पर्य यह हुआ कि जब किसान के बेटों को गोबर से बदबू आने लगे और उसको सिर्फ पैक वाटर की जरूरत पड़ता है, तो देश में पानी की कमी होने जाती है। थैंक यू।
So thank you, Prince, and thank you all of you for cooperate us. And now we are going to end our session. So best of luck for everyone.